I'm Brianna Shales, Marketing Director at Stemilt Growers. There's a lot that goes into making Stemilt cherries premium, or what we call world famous. It starts in the morning with an early harvest, then it continues into hydro-cooling the fruit and making sure that the cold chain is kept all the way from the very point of harvest until their final destination. And I would be remiss to not say that the Matheson family, who own and operate Stemilt, are a big part of what makes Stemilt world famous. They've been farming cherries for over 100 years on an amazing piece of land called Stemilt Hill, and the microclimates that it has and their experience growing cherries really come together to make that an amazing program and world famous quality. Well, there's a lot of different varieties that are all harvested at different times, but they come to you as dark sweet cherries, which are the red ones, and then sometimes as Rainier or Skylar Ray cherries, which are golden colored. Yeah, we're always innovating with cherries at Stemilt, whether it's testing new varieties out and different growing conditions and climates, or we also do a lot of innovation when it comes to packaging and packing of cherries. So we're really big believers in having a tight cold chain around the cherries because we want to give the freshness back to the person that's buying it. And so we do a lot of work with hydro cooling and making sure that the packing lines are, doing a gentle job packing cherries for the best quality experience. Yeah, again, we don't really market them as specific varieties like we do with apples, but we have quite a few different test varieties, particularly on the late end of our cherry season, which happens in the July and August timeframe. We have varieties that ripen later, and so that allows us to harvest them later and extend our season. That'll vary a lot, but generally when you purchase them, you should be able to enjoy them within 5 to 7 days. Definitely store cherries in the refrigerator. That cold chain is really important even at home, and so put them in the coolest part of your home and make sure that they're kept away from strong smelling foods so that they don't take on those odors. Yeah, color is an indicator of cherry quality. When it comes to the dark red ones, we like to see them be, darker red, almost purple, sometimes even that black mahogany color, depending on the variety. On the Rainier side, they will sometimes have, they'll be yellow, but sometimes have a blush to them. Really though, the best way to see your cherry quality is by looking at the stem. Is it, green and fresh? And then looking at the fruit itself. It should be nice and firm and look delicious to eat. I don't like to include my cherries in recipes because I think that they're just so good on their own, but I would say that we see a lot of people putting cherries in salads or in like a compote where they put it maybe with pork or chicken or some kind of protein that would go really good on the grill in the summertime. Well, on Stemilt.com we have a really great recipe for a cherry mocktail. So there's no alcohol in it and it's just completely refreshing, really good for the summertime. So that's where I would go. I definitely know though in the past, basically any cherry on top of a fresh bubbly drink is pretty good. For me personally, it's an evening fruit. I like to enjoy it after dinner, but I really think it could be enjoyed any time of the day. It's just definitely one of those foods that you want to sit down and savor because they're not around for very long. So you want to enjoy them to the fullest whenever you can. I think you could pair cherries with any seasonal fruit when they're available at the same time. If it were me, I would put cherries and blueberries together. I hope that cherries are always going to be elitist and at the top of the pack when it comes to seasonal produce. think they're one of the luxuries that we can enjoy only a certain time of the year, and so we should keep celebrating that. I think as long as we can produce that world famous cherry experience that people can enjoy, we'll have a really good time with cherries going forward into the future. Cherries are very nutritious. They're good for your body and mind. Research studies have shown that they can help fight jet lag because they're a natural source of melatonin, which can help regulate sleep cycles. They also contain fiber, so that's a great way to fill up on, a nutrient-dense food and help you feel fuller longer, which could aid in weight loss. And finally, I would say that cherries are a really big source of antioxidants, and particularly ones called anthocyanins. That's what gives them that dark red color and can have a lot of anti-inflammatory type of properties to help them, do what they need to do to keep your body running smoothly. When it comes to side effects in cherries, the biggest thing to just watch out for is how many you eat, because they can disrupt the digestive system if you're not used to them. But in general, you have to eat quite a few cherries to have those kinds of effects.